phases of depression that nobody in my circle can relate to. No one could have went through. No one went through that same shit that I went through. So did I lash out on people? Did I try to get on people's bad side? No, I didn't. I knew what I was going through was uncomparable. So what I did was I seek therapy. Why can't people do the exact same thing? Like I valued my friendship and I valued the people that I was with enough for me to fix myself so our bond and our friendship can continue. But a lot of people can't say the same. A lot of people cannot do the same. And I feel like you can't make that as an excuse no more. Like I feel like Tavis, when we get older, when we work, when we go through jobs, when we go through everyday activity, we're gonna go through phases of frustration. We're gonna go through phases of stress. We're gonna go through phases of survival. We're gonna go through phases of struggling through money. We're gonna go through phases of depression as well because we are living our lives, bro. So people can't use that depression shit as I'm sorry, people just can't use that shit as an excuse. Like for you to say that shit,
no, I get it.
It's like you telling me that you lashed out on me because you had a bad day. Nigga, I had bad days too. So it's like, for you to say that, oh, I was depressed, I have depressed days too. So it's like, did I do what you did? No, I did not. So stop being immature and fix your fucking self, bro. If you can't fix yourself, then maybe...
Be careful walking over there.
Oh, I saw that shit. I was about to be depressed a second ago, but yeah. Yeah, but like, that's why, like, there's only a certain amount of people that has those type of phases that I deal with. But by me dealing with those type of people, I can't deal with nobody else, bro. I just can't deal with nobody else if they have that same phase. That's what I was telling William. Like, I'm at a point now where I'm gonna give up on you if you give up on yourself. It's as simple as that. Only way if I will help you is if I see you trying to seek guidance. But if you gave up on yourself, who am I? I am not Jesus Christ. Like, I am not gonna help you. That's just how I feel at this point. So if you telling me you're going through something and you don't need my advice, well then, good luck. That's just how I feel about it. Because if I try to help you,
the Marvel Jesus.
Yeah, like, because I feel like if I try my best to help you, and if you're not trying to, and if you keep pulling me away from you, then I'm gonna hurt myself. Then at that point, then I'm gonna be so depressed trying to figure you out. I'm not gonna go through that phase. I am not gonna go through that phase, bro. I'd rather have a good day and hope that you have a good day than have a bad day trying to fix your day. Fuck all that. Fuck all that shit. Fuck all that shit with a pile of spaghetti. Fuck all that.
With a pile of spaghetti. Alright, how's this mic gonna work here? Because they're coming this way. They work.
We got mines. We got like sentry guns. These bugs, you see those bugs over there? They over there trying to figure out how to get past your shit. You see them over there? They over there plotting. They over there just standing still. Oh, one of them almost made it. And then, like, I know you was telling me, Tavis, about your condition. Like, you said you autistic, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm autistic.
Autistic, I'm sorry.
No, dude, it's fine. If I can't make fun of myself, what the fuck's the point?
But that's
and I think that's just kind of the way to cope. It's like, you know, if you can't make fun of yourself, then how the fuck are you allowed to do anything else that's relatively fun like that?
Yeah.
So I have no problems making fun of myself because I either at least know myself well enough that I can make fun of myself that way, or it just boils down to fucking, you know, it helps me be immune to when other people want to make fun of me.
Yeah, you have to be self-aware of your own actions, so when people call you out, it won't hurt as much. I agree.
Another victory for the right side of history.
The long arm of justice. Now I'm actually getting fucking trophies for this game. Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm surprised we're hanging in there.
Well, we can try up in the difficulty a little bit.
Well, I'm actually going to leave this game alone now. We did a few rounds. it's just us two playing this, so I'm easily beginning to like get on a what's that phase called, the repetitive phase.
Mundane.
Yeah,
Let's see. There's mundane. There's routine. Stale. All right, at least we got some fucking rounds in. Goddamn. Dice roll, really?
like it was I was gonna say it was this guy at this job, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
Me and him, we was cool at one point, but he has like this phase where he has like these emotional breakdowns, and what I mean is when he gets mad, Tavis, this nigga, like he like his like bro, like I have never seen a grown man that old, like he's like in his late 40s, early 50s. I've never seen a nigga that old act so feminine, bro. Like you think because I have feminine parts about me, but this nigga has tampon mental breakdowns, bro. Like this nigga, like this bro, like this dude is so freaking emotional at certain points. People started to like distance themselves from him because of how emotional he is.
That
And
makes sense.
there was one, me and him had like this run in one time, and it was so bad to the point where I refused to work with him because I felt intimidated. And I even told the manager, like, bro, like you're gonna have to keep him away from me because he's acting in ways where he don't think there's no consequences of how he's coming up to people. So that was a while back. That was like over a year ago. So then he ended up cooling off a little bit. But to be around him, man, it's like being around a wild animal. You can be around them, but you don't know when they're gonna sick their teeth on you. But unlike other people, I had a gun ready for him. And I don't mean like a weapon, but just an emotional weapon, just in case if he try to pull that shit again. And that's what happened
Yeah.
2 weeks ago. Like it was Friday. Now I want you to pay attention to this because
Okay.
you know how I talk. I add patterns to how I talk. And these
Yeah.
patterns come with certain lessons. So this was last Friday, not this Friday that passed, but the Friday before this one. So Friday
Okay.
came, this nigga was acting weird again. And I don't know why he was acting all weird, right? So when I peeped that, I was already putting two and two together. I was like, okay, he's in his little phases. So I decided to just, um, try to still talk to him just to have clarification. So when I tried talking to him, he just walked off while I was talking to him. Like very disrespectfully. So I thought it was just him going through a phase. Now, when people go through phases, Tavis, that means they're doing that to to everybody. But while he was working, he was only doing that towards me. So then that was when I got distant with him again, and then that was when he got offended. I did not ask him what was going on with him. I didn't ask him what was wrong with him. He wanted me to ask him that, but I didn't. I was like, you know what? If you would be like this, I've been through this dance before, nigga. So I walked away and ended up working in another area because I wasn't gonna let him ruin my Friday. So this
That
week
makes
comes.
sense.
This week comes. And I still had a good Friday, by the way. Like I still had a good day because by me getting away from that fucking asshole cocksucking son of a bitch, I've was with my other people. I was with my circle. We was cracking jokes. We was even making fun of that nigga because of how emotional he was, and I had a good day. I came home, came online. Remember when I was talking to you when you got online, and I was telling you about the review we was gonna do? I was happy. I was
Yeah.
excited. So I actually forgot all about that little old ass black faggot. But anyway, This is just me speaking out of emotion. This is just me speaking out of emotion.
Yeah, emotion.
Yeah, so I don't got nothing to hide, bro. Like I do feel a certain way about it, but it's like fuck him. You know what I'm saying? Like fuck that nigga. So Monday happened, and I guess he noticed that I was being distant with him because I just didn't want to have anything to fucking do with his emotions. So he finally confessed, but he didn't really tell me why he was acting this way. But he told me like why he was acting this way, but he wasn't telling me like the source of what made him trigger himself to be this way. So he told me that he heard that
Yeah.
I was talking shit about him. So I was like, you know what, dude? Let me tell you something. You know how I am. I'm very frontal when it comes to how I feel about people. I even tell people how I feel about them. So what makes you think I am going to go behind your back and say something without even telling you first? So
When you have like no qualms with actually saying it to his face.
yeah, because he knows how I am. I confront managers, I confront supervisors. What makes you think that you have this type of upperclassmanship for me to fear you? First of all, for me to fear you, that means that you have to catch me off guard on a lot of stuff. You have to know my weakness. You have to know my capabilities. You have to know how to really get to me for me to fear you. But it don't
Yeah.
last that long. There has been some people at the job I did fear, but you know me, I think about things. Things get in my mind. So when I think about things, I figure out how to overcome my fear. So it doesn't last that long. So when he told me this, I kind of already knew who said this to him. I have a circle of people that I don't trust, and that circle is not that big. So I already knew who it was, and and then he worked with that person on Thursday before the date came when he ended up acting weird. So you work with my enemy, you become my enemy. Another quote that Isaac Hayes said. But I even asked him, well, who said it? He was like, don't worry about it. And I was like, well, you know what? I already know who said it. And I told him straight up, I was like, you know what? We was never cool to begin with. And if you go believe something like that from a person like that, then we better off not even being cool to begin with. You know what I'm saying? So then Friday came. This Friday now. Now this is where the pattern begins to connect. Every end of the month we have meetings in our area just to catch up on how we've been performing in the area, how we've been
Yeah.
acting in the area, that there's anything that needs to be improved or fixed or need to be addressed. So my man, I didn't say nothing through the entire meeting because a couple of my colleagues, a couple of my friends, a couple of people that I associate with and I trust was saying things that I was going to say anyway. But when it was my turn to say something, I literally put more salt into the bullet wounds. And of course he was there in the meeting.
Ooh.
So I just the manager was asking me, he was like, do you have anything to add, James? And I was like, well, you know what? I do have something to add. Everything down there has been working out fine. Everything's been well. And Gucci. I'll be saying Gucci at the job too. And I told him, what we need to fix at the job has nothing to do with you because you're the manager. You manage the operation. You are in charge of how we work, not how we feel. We are paid to work, not how we feel. And by us feeling a certain way at the job is how people should interact towards other people, which means we need to communicate better when it comes to our emotions being a part of the job. And he wanted me to elaborate. And I told, well, I have a lot to elaborate, but how do I get there? Well, number one, I'm going to just say it like this. There's too many people not making choices by how they work, but how they feel, which means that there's a lot of emotional people down there. And that needs to be fixed. People keep saying that we're here to work. We're here to do our job and go home, but that's easier said than done. If we only here to do a job and go home, why do people feel a certain way towards others? Why does people talk smack about other people? Why does people have emotional breakdowns towards other people? If we're only here to do a job and get paid, why is people having all these temper tantrums? and that needs to be fixed. It's easy to say that, but it's hard to counteract to it. And that's why I told them, people down there are older than me, been there longer than me. I've been there for 16 years. So I'm at the point now, Tavis, where the job don't bother me no more. I've been there too long. So at this point, I counteracted my emotions to the job, and I end up being able to advance to my own behaviors to the point where I end up being mentors to some of the people that I work with that's willing to listen to me. And I feel like that should be with everybody. Like, if you've been in a certain place for a long while, you need to be a mentor to newcomers. Because if a person that's starting to work there begins to lose their mind, and you're telling them to control themselves, they gonna look at you when you lose your mind, and they gonna be like, well, you know what? This person been here longer than me. How am I gonna be able to work here if this nigga is losing his fucking cool? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I was saying. I was like, you know what? People down here are childish. People down here are so fucking emotional. And he was so mad when I was saying it's not the manager, but the person I was shooting shots to. And I ended the whole thing by saying this: if anybody got something to say about what I'm saying, they can come out and say it right now. Come out and say it right now. If they feel a certain way, if they feel like what I'm saying is completely inaccurate, then let's make an example so I can use you as an example. The whole room was quiet. The whole room was fucking quiet. See, the thing is, Tavis, he tried to fuck up my last Friday by feeling a certain way, and it ended up backfiring by me fucking up his Friday. Don't fuck with me. Do not fuck with me, dude. I exercise my brain a lot when it comes to shit like this. Because again, my mental, your mental, our mental, a human's mental brain is the #1 weapon of humanity. You can lift weights, you can be the strongest motherfucker in the world, you can have all the money in the world. But if I'm smart enough and if I know your weakness, I got you. I fucking got you. See, the thing is, man, a lot of people have this stigma. And what I mean is that they have this certain issue with themselves where they feel comfortable with their issues until somebody walks around with their solution. What I mean by that is, let's say if you don't have a lot of money, let's say if you're used to not having a lot of money, you're used to your budget, you're used to not having millions of dollars. You're living your life, you're enjoying your life. But then one day you begin to see somebody that has way more money than you and they're just buying all the things that you want. That's when the stigma begins to crumble and you begin to be like, damn, I wish I was like that. But wait a minute, you just said that you was comfortable. Now all of a sudden you're seeing somebody that has what you want. Now you begin to feel a certain way. See, again, that's your weakness. I'll make another example. You're saying that, you like your body the way how it is. You're comfortable with your body. You're comfortable with the physiques with your body. You can get any man, woman, or any type of rainbow, sweet baby ink motherfucker you want. All of a sudden you see somebody with a 6-pack and a 12-inch tube stick. You begin to feel insecure. You begin to feel questioned. You begin to feel jealousy. But I thought you was comfortable with your body, right? Again, your stem will begin to crumble, and now I know your weakness. I'll make one more example. Let's say you're working at a job. Let's say you working pretty well at the job. You're very outspoken, and at the same time, you don't care what people say about you. So you feeling emotions. All of a sudden, I show up. I see how you work. I see how you perform. I see how you talk. I see how you carry yourself. And above all, I see how you hold all that with your character. I judge your character. I criticize your character. I crumble your character. I test your character. I'm done building that arc. I'm done building that arc. All I'm saying is, Tavis, everybody has a weakness. My weakness is outside the job. And I've been trying to tell women about all these things, about how to counteract with people, but I've stopped telling him these things because I realized something, and it's normal. Everybody is different, so everybody has they little advantages and disadvantages. But I feel like you can't let your disadvantage be your weakness. Your disadvantage should be something that you're comfortable with holding. So when somebody use your disadvantage as their advantage, and if you're not phased by it, then that's where they begin to crumble. You know, I'm saying that to tell you this because there's reasons why we having conversations like this. You
Yeah.
have certain situations where you go through certain problematic phases of your life, Tavis. If you're going through something that's life, that's that regards with your life, that's one thing. But if it's somebody fucking with you, Tavis, try to figure them out. Try to figure them out.
Yeah.
And once you figure them out, then it won't even be that big of a deal. Remember, we all bleed, we all talk, and we all die. And I know by the way how I talk, I know how I'm gonna die. I think I'm gonna get killed, bro. I think I'm gonna get assassinated. People like me,
Not as
bro,
much as
don't
fucking
don't
Trump.
die
Jesus
normally.
Christ.
People like me don't die normally, bro. Like think of it, bro. I'm a novel publisher. I'm doing pretty well. Like like I have a I'm about to get married pretty soon. I might have a baby on the way because I think my wife is pregnant. But bro,
Oh.
people like me, man, we don't live too long because like this generation don't do too well with people like me that talks like this. People like me have a bullet, have a bounty on our head, bro. People like me have a bounty on our head. And if I do die, I won't even take it personally. Like if somebody tries to kill me, I won't take it personally because they're taking it personally. I won't even take it personally. Like you know what? I know what I said. I know what I did. Why did you take this long to do it? I have no idea. But go ahead and do what you gotta do, man. Go ahead and do what you gotta do.
Just know that this is your own bitch ass fault, not mine.
Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. It didn't by me end up feeling this way because I used to hate working at FedEx. I used to always call off work just so I wanted to be there. I didn't care how much I was getting paid, bro. I just did not want to deal with this shit. But then after that, you just snap. You just be like, you know what, dude? This shit ain't nothing. Cause these people here ain't nothing. So I end up liking the job. I love the job now, bro. I love working there. Cause it's an endurance challenge to my mind, bro. I like stuff like that. It's like an elevation of exercising your brain. I love working here. I love working there. I do. And I think I might be the only one that says that. Like, I love working at my job. I do. Like, because it's like what my girl told me. You've been working there for so long. And this is when I used to hate it, but she was like, why don't you just quit? Why don't you just quit? Like, you've been working there for 16 years. Why you didn't quit already? You've been working there for so long to the point where that job is now a profit to you. So try to make the best of it. And after that, after she told me that, I was like, you know what, she's right. Like, I need to find a way for me to deal with this shit. And I ended up finding out how to deal with it. I was like, you know what? These people are bitches. These people don't fucking think like I do. These people don't plot things the way how I plot things. These people are bad at choosing their friends here. These people in their friend circle are backstabbers, bro. Like, these people here are bitches, bro. These people are fucking bitches. And the females that work there, well, majority of them are sluts. So it's like these and then the men there are emotional, bro. If you look at our job, the men there are so weak to the point where the women are in charge of the men's minds, bro. Like you got men that are simps, you got men that are emotional, you got men that have like they nigga periods every month. Like the niggas there are bitches, they're fucking bitches, bro. And then the women are merely in charge of the men's minds because the men want to fuck these women, or the men are just too weak to fend for themselves. The men here at the job are fucking pathetic, and I'm not saying all of them. You're gonna find maybe one or two guys at the job, like 1 or 2% of them, that may have their head on straight, but the rest of them, bro, they probably broken at the job for being there too long, or they probably just started working there and they don't even know what the fuck they're getting themselves into, bro. Like the rest of them are suckers, man. The rest of them are fucking bitches. And by me realizing that shit, it made me realize I'm not like that. At one point I was, or I was getting close to, but it took a few people and my fiance for me to get that shit out of my mind, because I didn't realize how good I have it. And it's like, you know what? I got the resources right here for me to get my shit right, to get my mind right. And I end up putting it to work. I end up putting the shit to work. That's why I be telling you, man, like, I may not know what you be going through, but whatever you're going through, Tavis, there's always a solution. Just don't ever make a decision when your emotions getting the better of you, when your anger is getting the better of you, when your depression is getting the better of you. When you feeling these type of feelings in your mind, that's when you're beginning to exercise your brain, and that's when you begin to feel the burn, like that depression, that stress, that mental breakdown. That's you overlifting your mindset with dumbbells, and you're beginning to like overdosing your limit. So for you to put that weight down, stop what you're doing, stop feeling depressed, stop feeling stressed out, and think. Just calm down, take deep breaths, and think. And when you think, I guarantee you, majority of things that you're having a problem with has a simple solution. And if you can't figure it out, because we all can't figure out every problem we go through, that's when you seek guidance. That's when you seek treatment. That's when you seek advice. Talk to your wife. Talk to some of your family members. Talk to me. Me and you we got each other's number. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
There's always a solution to every fucking problem. I don't give a fuck what people are going through when it comes to like, oh well, you will never understand. Well, you know what? God understands. And God will never put us through a problem that we can't face. Just calm down and think. Just calm down and think. And what makes me laugh is that people be telling me, well, you never known depression, you never known a stressful day or whatever, because you always be having good days, you always be smiling. Well, nigga, maybe it's because I have these good days because I'm always depressed. I'm always stressed out. I'm just I'm just carrying it with ease. You know what I'm saying? I'm just carrying it with ease because it's like, like those feelings is like you jumping into a hot pool or a sauna. Your body is going to tell yourself it's hot, get out. It's hot, get out. That's what your mind is telling you. It's too stressful. Stop. It's too stressful. Give up. But what if you stay? What if you just stay? What if you just calm down and just think and just stay? At that point, that pressure won't hurt that much anymore. You said it yourself earlier. When you put yourself down, it don't hurt. It don't hurt that much when other people do it. So that's it. Like I just want to end that whole thing by just saying that, because it's just we are going through a spiritual warfare right now. We are having like emotional trauma, and it's getting so bad now where back in the day, people used to get killed for value. This person has what I want. I want to kill him. This person has what I need. I want to rob him. This person has what I've been saving for. I'm about to go and steal it from them. But people are getting their lives taken. People are getting robbed over their own emotions, bro. That's how weak people are these days, bro. People are getting canceled on social media because of their emotions. Shows are getting canceled because people's emotions. Like a lot of things are happening because people just can't handle the fact that other people's opinions are just their own opinions, even if it's true or false. And people don't realize that it's because of those opinions that you can change to be a better person. If you know that what you're doing is wrong, inaccurate, corrupted, or false, it's only up to you to make that change. But if you want to cut people off to help you do that change, then you're a weak son of a bitch. You are just a weak little son of a bitch as rainbow herring wearing faggot, bro. I'm just gonna leave it like that. I'm just gonna leave it like that. People just need to understand that shit. And I just feel like at the end of the day, only way they'll understand is if they do something so emotional, so like bad to the point where their emotions get the better of them, where it costs them their own lives to be ruined or destroyed, and they'll be like, you know what, damn, I should have thought about this clearly. I'm saving this gameplay.
See,